Today is my weekly how-to series. It is June 19, 2019. I am in New Jersey, so if you're watching this on any other day or any other state, I always have to tell you, you have to check to make sure that what I'm saying applies to your case and applies to your jurisdiction. Things change and every state is different. So my how-to series today is actually going to be probably a very brief one, and it is how to prove a divorce in New Jersey. And what I mean by that is when you get to your final hearing, and this is really intended for people that are representing themselves, because if you have a lawyer who doesn't know how to do this, you need a malpractice attorney. But if you're going into your final hearing, it's a very simple process. It's usually the easiest part of a divorce, but you want to make sure that you sort of cross the finish line properly. So in order to prove a divorce, it's not too difficult, but it's going to rely on the papers that you previously filed when you sought the divorce. So when you did that in your complaint, you would have picked one of the many areas to file and ask for divorce. Now, the most common two are reconcilable differences and extreme mental physical cruelty. But there's many others. There's adultery, there's desertion, there's habitual drunkenness, institutionalism, drug addiction, deviant sexual behavior, and separation. All of them have different things you need to prove in a different time period that you needed to wait before you were actually allowed to file, which is why most seek under reconcilable differences. First thing you want to do is take a minute to research on the internet the statute that covers the area of law you chose if it happens to not be irreconcilable differences, to see exactly what you need to have said. And you want to make sure that you did actually say that in your complaint, because if you get into court and it's not there, it's going to be dismissed. If for some reason what you find on the internet is not in your complaint and you're pretty sure that it should be, and what I mean by that is there's a lot of information you're going to get when you research this. I always tell people, if you're researching a legal topic, continue to research it over and over again until you come across the same answer over and over again. Then you know you got to the right point. If you find that answer and it's not in your divorce papers, you're going to need to ask the judge to amend your divorce complaint to add in whatever it is you forgot. It's usually not a big deal when it comes to this kind of administrative paperwork issue, but it needs to be done. Then next, when you go into the hearing, the judge will likely ask you the questions that will walk you through what you need to say in order to establish a divorce. If he or she doesn't, all you want to do is read from your divorce complaint from the very beginning to the very end, not skipping anything, even if you're not sure if it applies, because you want to make sure to hit everything. Now, real quickly, because the majority of you will likely file under irreconcilable differences, all you need to do is discuss, and I'm saying this just at the tail end in case you don't have to do all the research, when you were married, how long you lived in New Jersey, how many children you share, if you've ever been in court with your spouse for any other reason other than your divorce, then you have to indicate that you've had irreconcilable differences. Those differences have lasted more than 6 months and that there's no prospect of reconciliation. That's all you need to say for irreconcilable differences. All the other ones I mentioned will have different things you need to say, so you should research it like I suggested, but that should carry you through the hearing. And if you're going in by yourself, as this is intended to cover, judges will usually help you through it if there's something that you're overlooking or if you're nervous. So you don't need to worry about it, but you do want to be prepared, because the last thing you want to do is get to your final hearing and have to come back another day. I hope this information helps you. If it does, please give a like and share this video so others get to see it. You can subscribe so that you get notifications when I go online. I think you also have to choose to get notifications. And always message me if there's anything you want me to cover. I do a daily tip almost every day. I do this how-to each week. And I have a webinar coming up at the end, I think, of June. And I'm not sure what it's about. So you can find it on my website, which is micklinlawgroup.com. And if you have any questions about that upcoming topic, email them to me so I can cover it when we do that. Thanks, and have a good day.